¿Qué dice este escuincla? A ver.
Ay, mamá, ¿es neta?
Hazlo con calma.
Le pasa el micrófono a la que va a estrenar un smartphone a 24 meses.
Le paso el micrófono a quien conoce la importancia de tener una garantía.
Le paso el micrófono a la que sabe dónde están los mejores smartphones.
Por supuesto que en Telcel, mi mejor decisión.
No hay demasiados autos en la pista, tal vez nos convenga salir antes de que se llene. Bien, el auto está listo, salgamos a la pista. Como ya sabes, hay un nuevo conjunto de regulaciones para la aerodinámica este año y tenemos dos modos nuevos de aerodinámica. Uno para tener más carga aerodinámica en las curvas y otro para tener más velocidad máxima que se llama modo straight. Solo tienes que preocuparte del modo straight ya que el modo corner se activa solo.
We are live here in Australia for a sprint race. Thank you so much for the follow. We are live. What a race. So, here we go. I just want to say something before we get going. I just want to say thank you to everybody. It's been a tough day to try and get a grid together and to end up with 21 drivers on tier 1. I'm really, really grateful. Thank you to everybody that's come together and everybody that's come on the grid. I really hope it's a great race for you guys. I won't get into what I'm thinking for actually. But it's just been a tough couple of weeks. And racing definitely occupies the mind, so I appreciate everybody supporting and being in the chat with me. Thank you. Well, let's get into the race. So, we're on Bobby Jabba, you've got Hype Skulls as well, and Solar Rita who's on the lap. I think Solar Rita is leading the way, so we'll ride on board with him. I'm okay, mate, how are you? So, Solidita coming around turn 10 and down towards turn 11 for the Alpine driver. So as we head now in towards turn 12 and then 13. And Solar will be the first driver to get a lap on the board. Oh, and he slipped it round turn 14.
En términos
And
del
Solar
motor,
to the
ahora
line
tienes
at
el modo
117
overtake.
at 3.
Es un modo de batería potenciada que se activará automáticamente cuando estés a un segundo del coche de adelante para darte más potencia en la siguiente vuelta. Puedes adelantar sin preocuparte de drenar la batería ya que podrás recargar según lo necesites.
First and middle sector, but a purple sector 3. So a 117.4 for the Ferrari driver, and then you had the other Ferrari, definitely got Hype Skulls in the McLaren. I'm not sure Hype Skulls is in the right tier here, but I appreciate him reserving. I would like to get him racing in the correct tier if he is in the wrong tier. So Jack Happy Champ in the McLaren 177.
Y ahora estamos en 12º lugar.
And Sam Wars, they joined the grid halfway through last season, and I think they've turned up to every single race barring one. So thank you guys, thank you for choosing us. Thank you for being consistent and showing up to every race. So Rocco, it's his debut. Rocco Leiber in the Williams on his debut here at Formula 7 Racing. We look forward to seeing what you can do on track in this sprint race. So welcome to the team, buddy. Julius in the Cadillac reserving today as well. DK Cohen just about managed to make it to the grid and make it to the race. Solar, that is very true. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you. I love when drivers come in and they enjoy it that much that they end up showing up to every race. I really do. I love that. So thank you. A lot of the drivers coming to the line. DK Cohen is 6 tenths down on Bramble. Devlin starting his light. You've got Edward River Rocks in the Red Bull. Santiago on his debut on his way out of the pit lane. So Santiago
Ahora quedan
is
dos
on
vueltas de
his
combustible.
debut. We look forward to seeing what the Colombian driver can do here down under. And then Tolu reserved in raced in Tier 2, utterly dominant. He's definitely a Tier 1 driver. I want to see what he can do on this grid. Hey, thank you, Mad Riot. And yeah, you know what, Mad Riot, I'm the same. I race at the back of the grid, but I just enjoy racing. I don't get to practice much with work and family and all that at the moment. And especially if the work that goes on, as you know, outside of the race, or the, time that we put in to make these tiers work. I don't get much time to practice, but when I do love racing at the back, especially with you and Nimbo and the rest of the guys. So Julius in the Cadillac, you've got Jabba and Devlin. Jabba starting in slightly riding on board with Devlin, who's fighting for a driver's championship.
Nos bajaron a la decimocuarta posición.
Championship on the overlay, but I've not managed to do that. Devlin to the line. It's a 1:16.984 from Devlin. The Aston Martin showing why he's one of the best in Tier 1. And to think, Devlin was not Tier... I remember Devlin took a break. Devlin took a break from F7, and that was when he was a Tier 2 driver. And now it's so good to see him doing so well. So yeah, I do enjoy seeing him improve. Joseph, I wish you could have raced as well, mate. It's a shame you're on holiday, but enjoy your holiday, mate. I hope you have a good one. You know, you need to cherish these moments, enjoy time. You know, you don't get much of it. Enjoy what you do. Enjoy the breaks that you get. Santiago. Oh my goodness, Santiago on his debut. He's not messing around. So what can the Racing Bull driver do? All the way from Colombia to Australia, from South America to down under. SGC Santiago locking up in towards turn 11. Black and white flag for Devlin. Speeding into the pit lane. Santiago in the Racing Bull with that Ford engine. Around the final corner at turn 14, as you can see, he's done the billboards as well for Australia. And Santiago, a 1:17.7, it is P12 for the Colombian. What about Grovangen? The Norwegian driver up to P11. Julius, the man from Mexico, down in P18. And Tolu in the Mercedes AMG Petronas. Coming around turn 14. Yes, that's correct, Salute. So Tolu up to P9, he's showing exactly where his pace is now. So I've got some overlays, but I forgot what I've button binding them to, so just bear with me. So, Deadly fastest in Sector 1, fastest in Sector 2,
Nuestra
Sam
mejor
Ward,
vuelta hasta
fastest
ahora
in
es
sector three.
1:18.3. Estamos en 21ª posición en el control de velocidad. 307.4 kilómetros por
Santiago into
hora.
the pit lane, Tolu. Be right in the Haas. And his teammate of Cars. They weren't teammates on Wednesday when they were fighting for the race win. And Cars ended up losing that win due to a time penalty which was then removed. Be right was then announced your winner. And then Cars had his penalty removed and then was taken back to the top and announced the reigning winner of that race. So a little bit of love lost between the two Haas drivers, but they won't let that affect them. They have won a Constructors' Championship before together, so I'm sure they'll be looking to do that again, but they've got to contend with two unbelievable Alpines. And Jets as well, we've not playing F125, so we're doing one hub. Shout out to them guys over there. So we are riding on board with the 8-time world champion of B-Right, a 1:17.4 at the moment. Don't think he's actually on a push lap, he's not. The battery is still there. Sam the man has retired. Sam the man has retired. And the American driver will not be able to do any more. There's a Haas that spun it at turn 9. Here comes B Right up towards the line to start his lap. So we'll stay on board with the Haas and we'll just watch the telemetry on your screen. Now look at this. Look how much he's coasting. The new era of Formula One is here. So it's the way he coasts. He'll lift off. So watch it when he comes down in towards turn 7 now. He'll lift, coast, then back onto the throttle. Look at that. And just a flicker of brake pedal. And then onto the throttle. Look at the gap at the top between the two green lines. That's one acceleration point to another. And then look at the gap. There's no red line. There's no brake. Because he's just lifting and coasting. Watch here now. Lift, coast, back onto the throttle. Not an inch of brake. Then back onto the throttle as we head down in towards turn 12. Coasting, and then look at the brake pedal. So if you've seen that red line in F125 before the 26 update, that red line would be exactly where the green line is. As soon as you let go of the accelerator, you're onto the brake pedal, back onto the accelerator. But now they're separated by little gaps because they're coasting. So they're not on the accelerator, they're not on the brake pedal, they are coasting through their lap so that it recharges their battery so they can go quicker further on in the lap. Wow, be right up to P3. Deadly, a 1:16.6. Jack Happy Champ will be happy with that, champ. The McLaren up to P2, CJ up to P3. So the checkered flag has waved. The drivers can do no more. Here comes Cars in the Audi. Pulse Luxury in the Audi. In P8, DK Cohen, the man from the Netherlands, has invalidated it. Then we've got Rocco, the Croatian, on his debut. Rocco in the Williams to the line goes P16. I think Rocco probably is tier 2 at that time, so we will get him racing in the tier that he belongs in now that we know he's definitely tier 2. Santiago down to the line for Santiago. 1:17.5 is up to P14. And Hype Skulls. You know what? Hype Skulls had the tier 3 roles when I put him on reserve, so I've got a feeling he is a tier 3 driver. Gravangan just behind the Aston Martin of Deadly, and I think that is it. It's Deadly that's taken pole. Jack Happy Champ in P2, Bramble in P3, and this is not what was on the cards for some of these drivers. So a real turn up for the books. So let me just put the stats in. You know how much I love the stats. So quality, you've got Deadly, Jack Happy Champ, then you've got Bramble. Sorry, 1 second, guys. Then you've got Cars, CJ, Solar, B-Rat, Pulse, Luxury, DK, Coin, Sam Wars, Jabba, River Rocks. Who's in the other Mercedes in P13? That's Tolu. And P14 is Santiago. Then Edward, Gravangan, Rocco, Jeffy, Julius, Sandman. And then the last two, which I don't know who that was. Oh, Julius it was, weren't it? No, I thought Julius was in the Cadillac. Yeah, he was. I don't know who was in on the plan. Yeah, they're so close, Solo. It's really good to see. Oh, you can edit the stints now. Oh, wow. And you can edit the times for each stint. You can edit pit stops, max speed. Oh, that's brilliant. So here we go. This is it. For round 6 here in Australia. And it's lights out and away we go. So down towards turn 1, it is Jack Happy Jump and Deadly Cars, Solar the Eater in towards the first chicane we go. And it is the Racing Bull that's overtaken by the Dutchman of Cars. Solar on his tail, but CJ 3000 in the Ferrari coming down the left hand side. DK going past his teammate, the two Audi drivers, nothing to separate them. CJ is back down to P5 as he's been overtaken and Bramble and CJ 3000 are really going at it here, getting a little bit spicy between the pair of them. In towards turn 6, wheel to wheel once more. Bramble runs wide and through goes Solar. That is Bramble in the Racing Bull.
Salió bien, ahora alerta a las amenazas a tu
Hasn't got damage. He hasn't got damage, but he's tumbling down the order. DK Cohen and Pulse Luxury, the two Audis, going at it for round 2 as we go in towards turn 9. DK Cohen leaves space. Jabba and Sam Wars. Rocco Lieber is at the back and onto the grass on this start of the Grand Prix. B-Right through on CJ. Sam Wars. No! Pulse Luxury and DK Cohen, the two Audi driver, the teammates around at the start of this race, and the garage will not be happy about that one.
Bien, con el modo Overtake activo tendremos potencia extra del sistema híbrido ahora. Usa el boost en la siguiente recta larga para rebasar. Bien, despejado.
So, Julius, the man from Mexico, is round. Oh, God. Cars is through. Jack Happy Champion McLaren down to P3.
Ahora tienes disponible el modo Overtake.
And look at this now, he's got the battery to potentially respond to Cars. And he's going to go around the outside. And Jack Happy Champ looking for a way through, but he can't get it done just yet. Then we've got Santiago and Sam the Man. Hype Skulls is doing a fabulous job here. Santiago with Sam the Man, the American driver. Here comes Santiago looking for a move up the inside. Santiago on his debut, showcasing his skills on the opening laps of this sprint race. Hype Skulls is also through the McLaren, picking up the pieces. Sam Wars on Edward, coming around turn 14. And the start of this race has been very entertaining.
Con las nuevas unidades de potencia, asegúrate de usar la técnica de lift and coast antes de entrar a las curvas y considera no ir siempre a toda velocidad. Intenta combinar esa técnica de frenar con el boost al salir de las curvas y ver si puedes encontrar un buen equilibrio.
Turn 3, the Williams will obviously go later on the brakes. Side by side racing between the pair of them. Rocco with a little flick to the left, and Bramble is through, and the recovery drive is on. And he doesn't have damage, which is a good thing to see. Jack Happy Champ in the McLaren. He tried it on the last lap, he couldn't get it done, and once again not able to do it. Here comes Tolu. on Jabba, and the Mercedes is now into P7. Tolu, who won in Tier 2 just earlier today, now doing a cracking job, and Hypes goes with the old switcheroo, and the McLaren versus Mercedes once again. Jabba is through on Tolu, the Alpine returning the favour. Then you've got Jeffy Boy in the Ferrari and Sam Wars, Gravangan and Bramble. Bramble is dropping, and he started in P3 as well. This has not been a good sprint start for his Grand Prix. Deadly, a second clear.
Mira, te queda poco RS, cambia el modo del RS en el PMF para moderar la tasa de consumo o intenta volver a cargarlo levantando el pie del acelerador o frenando con cuidado.
That is Sam the Man and Hype Skulls, and through goes Rocco as well. A clean overtake from Rocco. He would have loved that under the visor. Yellow flag is out. I think that is Julius. It is Julius. Does the Mexican have damage? I don't know.
Cuidado con el subviraje al pegarte al coche de adelante. Intenta rebasar lo más rápido que puedas. Presiona, presiona.
Tolu on Jabba once again with the overtake. You've got Jabba, Edward, Riverrock, Sam Wars and Jeffy all very close on this grid. The Red Bull is definitely my favourite car. Edward won a little bit wide, and now River Rocks, as we head in towards turn 13 at the left-hander, just hugs the apex and the curb. So back on to the throttle we go, and Edward got a great exit out of turn 14, by the way. Really nice to see him doing well.
No hay problemas con los neumáticos por ahora, sigue cuidándolos.
Sorry guys, I'm trying to find something. So whilst things are settling down, let's just watch this battle between River Rocks and Edward, and he got a good exit around turn 8. He'll use that little bit of boost that he might have, and he is using that overtake. Here comes River Rocks, around the outside we go, and River Rocks is through with a spectacular overtake in towards turn 9, and now you've got Solar the Eater in the Alpine up the inside of Jack Happy Champ. Wheel-to-wheel racing here in Australia, down towards turn 13, but Jack Happy Champ is back in front. Now Edward on Sam Wars, and we've got overtaking everywhere. It's so good to see.
Alguien adelante de ti se salió de la pista, hay bandera amarilla.
Yellow flag, and I think that is Sam the Man. It is, and he's going to head into the pit lane.
Ya se encargaron del accidente. Vamos, recupera la velocidad.
That's a real shame.
La distancia con el coche de adelante es 3.7
We are on lap 6
segundos.
of 10 here in the sprint. So we'll just have a look at the tyres. You can see that Cars is on the hard. So is Deadlit. They opted for a stronger compound, a harder compound. And look at that rear wing of DK Cohen, the way it just flicks open. You can see the tyres of the drivers who are going over some of the leaders. And that is DK Cohen on Hype Skulls. And it's a three-way fight into turn 9, and the Audis through the Red Bull backs out. That's Gravangan, DK Cohen and Pulse Luxury. I do have a feeling that Gravangan might not be as quick as he was last season. We might have to look at that. And DK Cohen and Hype Skulls really going at each other here. And Pulse Luxury now back up the inside of his teammate and nearly collide again do the Audis. The McLaren is a bit all over the place, and again they tap. And that is Rocco on Santiago. But we're just watching this little exchange that seems to get a little spicy. So around the outside goes DK going and through on Hype Skulls.
Bien, te recuerdo rápido que tendrás acceso a esa potencia extra cuando estés a un segundo del coche de adelante con el modo overtake.
Inside off the papaya. Bull Fluxit trying to follow his teammate after that collision with DK Cohen at the start of this race that ended up moving them to the back of the grid. So be right in the house. Santiago and Rocco, the two debutants. Take a moment to admire the racing skill from these two.
El coche de
so
delante
the front
nos
two,
saca
he's
2.6
all
segundos.
over Deadly now. He's managed to catch back up to him.
Cuidado, cuidado.
A little bit of racing at the back. I think that might be Pulse Luxury. It is big crash. Big
Bien,
crash.
despejado.
And he's got damage. Pulse Luxury with damage. So we'll go on board with the front two. And that is Pulse Luxury that's out, and he'll be back for the feature race. So be right, 2 tenths behind Jack Happy Champ, yellow flag. And he comes around the outside, does be right. And through goes the Haas driver. There was no margin for error there. That was a great moment. So Jabba and River Rocks, wheel to wheel, relentless pressure from River Rocks in the Red Bull, but Jabba is just getting his nose ahead. There's a switchback opportunity though, down and towards turn 13. This is smart from the Alpine driver, textbook racing. As we come out of turn 14, now he'll use that battery. The positioning is everything. Down in towards turn 1, will he go late on the brakes? He doesn't. Places the car well, does Jabba, but the exit is compromised. Now the Red Bull carrying that momentum, but he cannot close up. Now back on to the front two of Deadly in cars. So watch for the launch out of turn 7 here for cars. He'll use that battery. He'll know when to strike, but he's being patient. He's being calculated here. Textbook racing, racing 101, and here comes cars down the inside as they're heading towards turn 9. Carrying that momentum, gets the run, uses the slipstream, and brilliant overtake from the Haas driver. River Rocks as well does the exact same thing, and Jeffy Boy on Edward. A hat trick of overtakes down in towards turn 9. So we are about to enter the final lap of this race. Can Deadly take the position back? Here we go. So we are riding on board with the pole sitter, and that is DK Cohen and Gravangan, Rocco Lever and Santiago have been going at it lap after lap. DK Cohen is back through on Gravangan, the Dutchman, into P15. Deadly half a second behind cars.
Atención, última vuelta, repito, última vuelta.
Oh, he's 6 tenths behind, 5 tenths behind. I don't think he's got enough here. We'll look at the batteries. Cars is the one that leads, and Deadly has left it too late. It is time to perfection from Cars. Brilliant stuff. He's got the momentum out of the chicane though. He's got to defend this well. And then you've got Jack Happy Jam on Soul with the Eater. B Right is on for a podium. River Rocks, Jabba, Sam Wars in the Williams. Looking for a way through as well. I don't think he's going to be able to get it. Deadly needs to run up to the line. Cars made a mistake. Can he get a better exit? Here comes Deadly. Cars will keep it, and Cars will win the sprint race. Cars with a brilliant drive. Be right on the podium. Solar, Jack Happy Chap, Tolu, CJ, there goes Edward and Jeffy. Now, Gravangan and DK Cohen, Rocky and Santiago with that amazing battle into the line. Santiago takes it. Gravangan and DK Cohen. Through the line they go. Wow, what a race. That was really good. Is my stream lagging, guys? Can I just ask, is my stream lagging? Sorry, bear with me, everybody. So there you have it. Yeah, guys, can you just let me know if my stream's lagging? Was it lagging in the race? Because I've just clipped a part of the race and it looks like the clip is lagging, so I just want to make sure. No, okay, good. It must just be my computer because I've got that many things open. I have got 12 tabs open on one and 4 on the other, so that was interesting. No, it's not lagging. Thanks, Pulse. Right, let me just put the stats in for the race that we've just had. Bear with me, guys. So that was the sprint. So we had Cars, Deadly, the right, Solar, Jack Happy Champ, Tolu. Oh, he's not got Tolu in. Then we got CJ, Riverrock, Samuels, Edward, Jeffrey Jabber, Santiago, Rocky, Dicky Cohen, MP16 was Hat, London Julius, Sandman, Pulse Luxury, and yeah, so I've got it, guys, thank you. I tell you, with the data that I like to collect, it's only so that I have it all as a history. I'm really OCD.
Apenas hay un par de autos en la pista. Deberíamos aprovechar para salir.
I took my laptop on holiday with me, and I joined the LMU lobby when I was away to collect the stats and stuff. But it's good to have it. It's good to have that all record because you can always look back at it and go, yes, you know, I know what your race results are for the 70 races that you've been here and stuff like that. I can tell you your attack rate, your overtakes, your defending, everything. Enzo, how you doing, mate? My little brother. So the McLaren of Hype Skulls will be the first driver out on track. I love statistics, mate. Yeah, my stream's lagging, but it just looks it must be my stream.
Todo en orden y listo para salir.
So Hype Skulls is backed after invalidating it. Yellow flag is waving. I think Rocco will be next, so we'll ride him board and see what he can do. Harry, yeah. Come on, mate. I think there's one seat left.
Desde una perspectiva aerodinámica, los cambios principales son los nuevos modos de aerodinámica. El modo straight te dará menos resistencia aerodinámica en las rectas y el modo corner más carga aerodinámica en las curvas. Puedes activar el modo straight en las zonas designadas que verás en la pista y del PMF. El modo corner es automático, no te preocupes por eso.
Thank you so much to the team and thank you to the drivers. Some of that racing as well in that sprint is so good to watch. So Bramble is your man on provisional pole with a 1:16.9. Jack Capitan in P2, Sam Wars in P3. Really showing their pace today. So whilst we have a little bit of downtime, we can just talk and chat. But yeah. Yo chat comes up on the
Mira,
screen
estamos
as well.
justo en el límite, nos bajaron a la 11ª posición.
DJ Cohen is also on the lap, so is Julius, Gravangan and CJ. Gravangan's going to be next. The man from Norway will go P6, the Red Bull driver, 1:17.7. How are we doing, Bjorn? Thank you for
Bien,
helping out
hablemos un
with
poco sobre las
getting
nuevas
this
regulaciones de este año. Cuando estés a un segundo del coche de adelante tendrás acceso al modo overtake. Básicamente te da más potencia y te permite recargar la batería en la siguiente vuelta. No tienes que hacer nada, solo concéntrate en la maniobra. Disfruta la
they are
carrera.
working together and the teamwork is brilliant. Down towards turn 9 and DK Cohen is getting a huge stole from his teammate. It's not even his teammate. I'm signing off. I'm going. I'm done. You know what? Zandvoort's one of my favourite tracks on the calendar. So DK Cohen has been behind this Ferrari for the whole lap. And CJ goes P7 and DK Cohen goes P3. They were really close. Jeffy and River Rocks is the car just in front, so you can see Jeffy just in the distance coming around the corner. There he is. I'm trying to post clips whilst the race is
Solo
going
nos
on
quedan
as well.
2 vueltas de combustible.
How we doing, Mr. Reese? You okay, mate? Yeah, Red Wildfire was great. You know, Red was so good to have around in this world. He was so good. I hope she's doing well. We have spoken to her a couple of times, but not much. I know she's going through a bit of a difficult time. So yeah. So River Rocks up to P8. What about B Wright, world champion? We'll see what he can do.
Como ya sabes, otra parte de las nuevas regulaciones es el modo boost. No olvides usarlo para aprovechar la potencia híbrida.
Yeah, come on, let's go back to racing. So B Wright has backed out.
Bajamos a la 15ª posición.
No, it's out. Edward Santiago in the racing bull. Oh, sorry guys. It started playing the intro again. Oh, good. So Santiago has invalidated it. Cheers, Ricker. It wasn't my choice. I don't have a say, as you will know, Ricker. We don't have a say in what decorations go up in the house. They go, do you like this? And you say yes. That's it. Santiago will go again. Edward in the Aston Martin, who's improved massively, by the way, Edward. So Edward, around turn 12. And then in towards turn 13. 8 minutes of qualifying remaining. So Deadly is the man on pole. Edward goes P14. Santiago is going again. And he looks really good now, does Santiago. He is down on the time of Deadly, but he's still competing with these guys. So we now go down in towards turn 13. Remember, we've not got Epic, OJ or Reese here tonight. This is a massive opportunity.
Bien, nuestra mejor vuelta hasta ahora es por minuto
Santiago,
18.7. Bien, todo listo.
Santiago
Pues vamos.
117.7 or 117.4 puts him P11. Carls is now on an outlap, your sprint race winner. So let's see what he can do. I just did the billboards for Zambo as well. I did post the billboards if anybody wanted to use them, if anybody's on PC and wanted
Y
to
nos
use them
bajaron
as well.
a la 20ª
They are
posición.
available. Oh, and he's 3 1,000ths down on cars through sector 1. Let's have a look what that looks like at the moment. So through turn 9 and 10 we go. Cars nearly 3 tenths down on Deadly now. Wow. Hello? 2 seconds, guys, before this cars go down.
Estamos en el 21º puesto. Ahora quedan 2 vueltas de combustible. Bien, el auto está listo, salgamos a la pista. Bajamos al 20º lugar.
Sorry guys, I'm just trying to figure out what to do. Sorry guys, let me just invite, sorry. So there we go, Deadly at 116.4, what an incredible lap from him. Bramble at 116.7, Solar 116.7, Sam Wars, Cars and V-Rider coming through, they're separated by 3/1000ths of a second. Cars with the exact same time as DK Cohen at 116.885. That is incredible. V-Rider, I don't think he's on a push lap. No, he's into the pit lane. So Cars and DK Cohen set the exact same time on this circuit for P4 and P5, but it is Deadly once again that takes pole position. Alright guys, let me just put this down. So there you have it. Deadly.
But you can't unhear it.
Te paso el micrófono al que va a estrenar un smartphone a 24 meses y con garantía Telcel.
Le paso el micrófono al que sabe dónde están los mejores equipos.
Telcel 5G, mi mejor decisión.
Get in there, Lewis. What a way to do it, mate. Championship wasn't won today, mate, but it was won through a season of solid work.
It's Deadly that is in the lead of this race. So cars on the back of the Aston Martin on lap 3. I can't believe it's died. So annoying. That is Jack Happy Champ on CJ, and that is B right on DK Cohen. Going for that double overtake. Can't get it done. And Jack Happy Champ. There goes Sam Wars on DK Cohen, and there's Gravangan on XD Storms. Sam Wars through on the Dutchman. It's the Audi now down to P7. Yeah, I think Roko's back in, mate. I think. Yeah, I thought there was a problem. I didn't even know that the stream had stopped. I didn't even know. So, cars separated by 2 tenths to Deadly in front. You know the formation lap thing it is bull, you know. Nothing to do with a formation lap. There's a problem anyway with this game every single time the race starts. So, that's a real shame for Tolu because he had the pace to compete. He did really well. And then he desynced and wasn't able to get back in the race. And then his car just did not move off the grid. And that is Jack Happy Champ on DK Cohen down in towards turn 9. And that is Cars now into the lead of the race. Deadly slotting in behind him. And that is Jabra next to Storms having that tier 2 battle here in tier 1. That is Sam the Man and Jeffy. As they both go side by side. XD Storms in the Cadillac losing the rears. And now here come the Mercedes and the Ferrari all over him. Down the pit straight we go. Back on board with the leaders. It's Cars to Deadly to Solar.
El auto de adelante te saca 4.8
then Jack
segundos.
Happy Champ, DK going CJ and Pulse Luxury. All locked in that DRS tray. So can Deadly use that battery to come back at Cars? Let's have a look at the battery. He's going to use the boost and the overtake in Deadly. Will take the lead of this Grand Prix. What about Solar? He's being very patient and calculated behind. And there goes CJ and DK Cohen side by side through there. Jack Happy Champ is off the track. And now here comes CJ and Pulse Luxury. Who go banging wheels down in towards turn 11. They slide. Pulse Luxury nearly around. Santiago and Gravangan do the same thing as Santiago. The Colombian goes into the gravel and Gravangan is through. Some real tasty battling going on here.
Mira, te queda poco RS, cambia el modo del RS en el PMF para moderar la tasa de consumo o intenta volver a cargarlo levantando el pie del acelerador o frenando con cuidado.
Santiago is through on Gravangan again. This is a really good battle and a great debut for Santiago. He wins a little bit wide, kicks a bit of dust into the face of the Red Bull. And the sister car of the Racing Bull will be a bit of a sitting duck, and through goes Gravangan, makes light work of that one. And now here comes Jabba and Sam Wars is through on B right. And the Haas driver switching it back, but Sam Wars is defiant and determined to get that overtake now. Bramble in front, They are 2 seconds off the
Con
leaders.
las nuevas unidades de potencia, asegúrate de usar la técnica del lift and coast antes de entrar a las curvas y considera no ir siempre a toda velocidad. Intenta combinar esa técnica al frenar con el boost al salir de las curvas y ve si puedes encontrar un buen equilibrio.
The whole grid is still really close. And XD Storms and Sam the Man. And Mercedes of Sam the Man is going to look for an overtake around the outside of XD Storm. And that is move complete. And that is Bramble that's off. Wow, that was close. Sam Moore is now looking for an overtake. He's got to be patient. He's got to be calculated. Smart defending from Bramble. Positions the car really well. He'll use the slipstream and he'll get the run now, carrying that momentum. He'll move out of the dirty air
Cuida la
and to the
distancia
right
con el
hand
coche de
side, and
enfrente,
with that overtake around, and here
3.3
comes B
segundos.
Right as well up the inside. Late on the brakes goes B Right, and that is a phenomenal overtake from the 8-time world champion to cut up the inside. Brilliant stuff. Now Jack Happy Champ also going for that move, and back up the inside goes Bramble. So totally desynced, which is a real shame, and his car didn't move off the grid. Oh, Bramble. Needs to be careful. Then the rears. How badly damaged are them tyres for him to be slipping and sliding like that already? Yeah, 46% after 8 laps. This goes to show, doesn't it? So post luxury. So post luxury with that collision. Through goes Gravangan and Jabba, and post luxury will have to do another recovery drive. His teammate DK Cohen. I tell you what, the Audis have been in really strong positions in this race to get a decent amount of points. And then every time they've been in a decent position, something's happened where they've ended up tumbling down the grid. So be right on the outside of Sam Hawes. That was a really nice move again.
Quedan 20 vueltas de combustible.
Jabba and Gravangan and Pulse Luxury will join in on the action. Santiago not too far behind. Santiago trying to work his way through. Jeffy Boy's behind. There goes Rocky on Julius. Santiago with that sprint race down towards turn 1.
Tienes más potencia del sistema híbrido ahora. Usa el boost en la siguiente recta
Such good racing, and now they're going to try 3. They already did 2 side by side. Now they're going to try 3. And Jeffy Boy with the double overtake potentially. Santiago clinging onto that position. The Ferrari and the Racing Bull, and they practically stop each other from spinning. And Jeffy is through. And that is a really nice double overtake from the Ferrari. Sam the Man with a slight mistake.
El auto de adelante es un segundo más rápido por vuelta. Un segundo.
CJ.
Bandera verde.
Through on DK Cohen. CJ getting quicker and quicker recently. Oh, I know it won't be long before he's right up there. Oh, that could have ended in tears. The only DNF after 9 laps of racing here in Tier 1 is told us he beat it at the start of this Grand Prix.
Tienes disponible el modo boost ahora. Úsalo si quieres.
It's been a really good Grand Prix. Speeding into the pit lane. DK Cohen, who's going for the undercut, has picked up a 10-second time penalty, and Pulse Luxury again has spun it. He is really struggling on them tyres. 52% on the rears. And that is it. Sam the Man is out. Yellow flag is waving. Here comes Solar. And with these three still fighting, it's given an opportunity for B-Right and maybe Sam and Jack all to start to catch up to the front three.
Vas detrás del auto de adelante por 1.5 segundos.
So into the pit lane goes Solar, so he is going for the undercut. That means that he could possibly be your race leader when the other drivers go into the pit lane. So he has gone for the undercut here. Lap 11, and he'll come out on the hard compound tyres. He does not want to get caught up in any traffic. He wants to avoid any traffic here. And the Red Bull of Gravangan. And Gravangan needs to be careful as well. Solar is on an undercut, completely different strategy.
Quizás sufras un viraje ahora que te pegaste al coche de adelante. Intenta rebasar tan pronto como sea posible.
To get involved in, as Solar has got to navigate a little bit of traffic. Wow, pulls looks to it. Third time round, third time in the wall. XD Storms goes through. And the Audi driver again leads in the race. DK Cohen is also on an undercut. He's on fresh tyres. Yellow flag waving, and that is Rocco Liver into the wall. And he does have considerable damage now. So he had a great debut in the sprint, but the feature has been one to forget. Yellow flag waving again. The last thing that Solar needs here is a safety car, especially when he's on for an undercut like this. An undercut that could potentially put him well into the lead of this race. He does not need a safety car. Ben's closing the lot to be fair. Yeah, you're right, Epic Ranger, he is.
Nos acercamos a la ventana de parada en boxes. Vamos a ponerte neumáticos duros.
Rocco Liver is out of this race. That's a real shame, but a really good debut, I must say. Well done, Rocco. Solar is through on Jeffy. No messing around, no waiting around. He knows what his goals are. He knows what he's aiming for.
La distancia con el coche de adelante es 1.6 segundos.
In Tier 1 here in Formula 7 racing, but that could all change this evening as Solar is on a really good race here, a really good strategy. You've got to remember that Cars and Deadly will both come out in this traffic as well, potentially behind Jeffy. Sam Wars is in the pit lane, there we go. Maybe, so is Bramble, maybe Cars and Deadly and B-Right are waiting so that the drivers behind hit, so then they don't have as much traffic to navigate. Yes, Jeffy's in the pit lane, that means that's one driver out of the equation. There's now a little gap to River Rocks and Gravangan, but River Rocks is pitted. That means that Cars and Deadly, if they pit with B-Right, would potentially come out in clean air. They've now got a gap. If they've got a race engineer, this is where the race engineer would get involved and go, right, listen to me, if you pit now, you will come out in a little pocket of space at the back of this grid. And that is what the benefits of having a race engineer are, as DK Cohen runs wide. And Sam Wars on the back of Gravangan. And remember, Sam Wars has gone for an undercut. He does not need to be held up here. And Sam Wars is through on Gravangan. And now he needs to get away, because he's having a really good Grand Prix. Here's Sam Wars.
Pégate al auto, si comete un error puedes recuperar la posición.
Sam, but Sam will be a lot quicker through turn 9 and 10 with that grippier tyre. Yeah, that's good. Right, so B-Right has stayed out. B-Right has stayed out, wow. Cars, Deadly, Jack and CJ are all into the pit lane, and B-Right has stayed out for another lap. That could be a very good decision or a very bad one. That means he's going to do more laps on the mediums than he has on the hards. I'm not sure that's the right strategy, but he's won 8 World Championships. He knows what he's doing.
Te queremos en boxes en esta vuelta, así que aprieta ahora, aprieta. Mira, nos quedan 15 vueltas de combustible ahora. Recuerda, a boxes en esta vuelta, ten cuidado de no exceder el límite de velocidad. Fíjate en la línea al entrar. Ahora, sal, sal. Una entrada perfecta. Hicimos un buen tiempo de parada en boxes. Buen trabajo. Esta fue la última parada. No hay más paradas en boxes programadas.
Sorry guys, my bloody brother's ringing me because he's trying to sort his car out that's broke down. So Jabba is in V4, Sammy's chasing him down. So B-Right couldn't pit, as Epicoj pointed out, because he would have had to double stack, which would not have been worth it. So he had to stay out for another lap, which was put him behind Sam was, and Solar is 4 seconds clear. After that undercut, he's 4 seconds clear. This is a massive opportunity for him. This could be the race that he finally wins. Bramble is into the pit lane. Yeah, retires before he even gets in. What a shame. He's not in a bad position there. But yeah, giving points to the rest of the drivers. Fair play. Here comes Santiago on Jeffy. Moves to the inside. Jeffy just drifts and coasts into that chicane.
Bandera verde. La distancia con respecto a tu coequipero al frente es 8.3 segundos.
So you can see cars 10% on them tyres, where Solar is 29%. So Sam on Jabba. Jabba needs to be careful here. These are 2 drivers on a completely different strategy. And up the inside goes Sam and B-Right.
El coche de delante nos saca 9.4 segundos.
I mean, he's got no obligation to get out the way, to be honest. He's driving his own race, but he just needs to be careful not to, especially as a reserve. If it wasn't a reserve, he'd be that bad. But that's good racing from Santiago. That's phenomenal stuff. So they're saying Solar won't make it to the end. I wonder if B-Right's still resolved. So Jabba on them really old tyres now, 67%. Around the outside goes Epicoj and Jeffy CJ goes the other way.
Quedan 13 vueltas de combustible.
So B-Right, Deadly in cars, chasing down Solar.
Aumentas la distancia con el auto de atrás, un segundo por vuelta.
That is CJ, that is through on Epicoj. Jabba picking up a time penalty for track limit violations. Gravangan and River Rocks, the two Red Bulls, swapping places on lap 17. The gap is already down to 2.8 between the leader . So Sam and Jack in P5 and P6. This seems like a really strong track for these two. Australia.
La distancia de adelante es 9.0 segundos.
No, they're both Scottish. My apologies. So with 11.5 laps to go, Solar Rita is your race leader. DK comes out in the pit lane. Wow, he was in a good position. Don't get why he's retired there. That's a real shame. So what we do know is that Hype School is definitely turf free.
Bien despejado.
So, Solar doing well. It seems like it's inevitable that he will be caught though. You can see him in the distance. Cars. Have you ever thought about doing NASCAR? Yeah, I have. I would absolutely love to do NASCAR. Love to do NASCAR. I watch a guy who basically trolls NASCAR and it just looks so fun. Billy Wright, Jack Habitant, Sam Wars, Edward in at the Aston Martin on Jabba. Is Jabba still not hitting? Wow, with front wing damage, with 80% tyre wear. Crazy stuff. He was waiting for a safety car. 4 out of these 5 DNFs have been in the pit lane. Bear that in mind. Still 17 drivers on the grid. Yeah, Reach, you're right, he needs to manage it.
Y la distancia con el auto de adelante es 8.7 segundos.
It's annoying, we had like nearly 40 people watching the stream, but then when the stream crashed, it's always frustrating that. So Sam 2 tenths behind Jack. These two were teammates last season, they're friends on and off the track as well. But that will all be put aside when they do catch up to each other. Sam in the Williams. 9 laps remaining. Solar 1.8 clear of cars. And Jabba's in P9. Remember, Jabba is reserved for Alpine and he will be helping with the points tonight as his teammate, the championship leader, is not here. Solar is on some big points as cars picks a big track limit. Warning. Please remember to get your race director. Solar is leading, and remember, they are the constructors leaders, and his teammate is the drivers' championship leader. But that could all change because Cars is hunting him down. Keep an eye on the tyres. Look at that. I tell you what, I don't think Solar's going to make it to the end here. And if he's not going to make it to the end, he needs to make a decision whether to pit now and just go for it. And I think that's probably the best bet. I think he should just take it now and just go for the pit lane.
No te preocupes por los neumáticos, están bien.
Again. Solar 1.7 clear of cars. B Wright is in a strong position. Remember, he pitted 1 lap later than everybody else. Have a look at this. So that is Santiago. Jabba's got a puncture. That's what I was worried about. Jabba has a puncture. And the Alpine driver, who is reserving for the championship leader, they had a constructor runners as well, and he now has a puncture in this race.
Bandera verde, la pista está limpia.
And he's into the wall. This might cause a safety car. If it does, this is really bad. Jabba's been disqualified. So that is it. No points for one of the Alpine cars. Reese would not be happy about that. Yellow flag is waving. I do hope that that car doesn't cause any issues. Look how close Cars is now to Solar. Surely he's got to pit.
Respira, te estás alejando del auto de atrás, le sacas unos segundos por vuelta. Bien hecho. Mira, el auto de adelante te saca 8.3 segundos.
Jabba's just got a puncture. And now the Dutchman is hunting him down. And this is where Solar needs to get defensive. He needs to get into that smart defending. But here comes Cars with the momentum. And Cars is back into the lead of this Grand Prix. Can Solar respond? Positioning is everything. And look at that, Cars is just so much quicker, he's got so much more grip. The relentless pressure from Cars in the end. Grabangan has been overtaken by Pulsutri. Can I just say, what a drive from Pulsutri. He spun it 3 times, he ended up in the wall, he had damage, and he's back up to P11. Tyres aren't that bad either. Solar nearly a second behind Cars already. So now Deadly and B Wright with just under 6 laps remaining. Patience is everything in this. It is championship level racecraft what we are watching here in Tier 1. So Deadly only a second
Cuida la
behind
distancia con el
Solar.
coche de enfrente.
He is getting
5.6 segundos.
And you've got to remember, one small mistake will get you punished in this tier. And if you blink, you lose a position. So Deadly in towards turn 13 and 14. And that is it, Solar's in. Solar's in, but should he have pitted earlier? Into the pit lane. Goes Solar. That means B Wright is into the podiums again. This is massive points for the Haas. So Solar is in. Where will he come out with these fresh tyres? And please tell me he's gone mediums, he's gone softs, hasn't he? And Edward is coming up the pit lane. Solar is going to come out in front of Edward. He has. He's come out on hards and he's come out in clean air. This is a massive 5 laps for Solar. It is now pedal to the metal. Head down and get going. He's got a big job to do from here for Solar. He's in P7. So 7 seconds to CJ for Solar the Utah. What about Pulse and Gravangan? They are catching up to Santiago. There goes Sam Wars on Jack Happy Champ. Jack Happy Champ is in the wall. He's not got damage, but he's made a huge mistake and CJ is through. There's no freebies in this kind of tier, but that was absolutely one. Santiago staying in front of Pulse Luxury and Gravangan, and that is Jack Happy Champ. Then it's back through on CJ. This is how we race in Formula 7 as CJ and the Ferrari comes back through. The Scuderia piling on the pressure. It is relentless. So Jack Happy Champ now down to P6, but he's got to remember that CJ has a time penalty. Solar now only 4 seconds behind with just under 4 laps to go. Pulse Luxury through on Santiago, who comes back up the inside. Wheel to wheel racing once more. Jack Happy Champ on the back of CJ. He'll go around the outside. Piling on the pressure once more. This is pure class as Jack Happy Champ goes around and back up to P5. CJ will try to return the favour. Here comes the Ferrari. But the McLaren stays ahead. 4 seconds
Vas
to
detrás del auto
Solar.
de adelante
Be
por
careful, because Solar is
4.0 segundos.
absolutely flying now. And that is a driver just moving out of the way. That is a yellow flag. Santiago picking up a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Oh, and he's gone for a massive lunge up the inside. The Red Bull is off the track. Santiago and Gravangan, I think Santiago trying to apologise. He just completely missed his braking point. I think he was trying to wiggle to say sorry there. Remember, points down to P15, so they are both still in the points here. Jack and CJ, Solar only 2.4 behind. We'll keep an eye on the tyres. Remember, Deadly only needs to stay within 3 seconds of Cars, but Cars has fresher tyres. The tyre management from the Dutchman has been really good to keep the tyres at the pressure that they're on. Be right, remember, his tyres are 1 lap fresher, and you can see that with the percentages. 1.3 is the gap. Cars has a 3-second time penalty. That would mean Deadly will win this race. Be right will stay in P3. Solar 1.5 seconds behind CJ and Jack. That way. It's an art. It is an art. So we need to keep an eye on the tyres now, so I'll keep that up on the screen because this is going to mean so much in terms of this race. So Solar, and that is look at Solar. He's just charging up that battery. He is absolutely flying. He's going to be so much quicker than CJ, and he's going to get the better exit around turn 5, and he'll go for that move. And Solar, and look, he's so much quicker than the Ferrari on the exit, and the Alpine driver who's chasing down the leaders. We are on the penultimate lap. Solar gets the rear wing open. He'll use the battery, and I don't think the Ferrari's going to try and hold on. CJ, he's fighting for position here. CJ does have a time penalty. Solar's so much quicker on these tyres. and he's going to be held up. This is not helping Solar at all. And here comes Solar around the outside of the Ferrari, wheel to wheel once again. Solar's got the grip though, but CJ is holding on. Solar will get the inside of turn 13. This is phenomenal racing. He's got the grip, there we go, and the grip really showing. Now Jack will be next in the sights of this Alpine, but this has not helped him at all, having to deal with this traffic. Now Solar on the back of Jack moves to the left hand side, and Solar is up to P5. What about CJ? CJ goes up the inside of the McLaren. Jack and CJ fighting for positional 6. CJ with a little tap, Jack holding on to that car, and the Scotsman is down to P7. Solar 3.8 seconds to Sam Wars. Deadly is a second behind Cars. We are on the very final lap of this race. Cars is leading. Deadly is chasing him down. He does have a 3-second time penalty. Jack is through on CJ and he's up to P6. Solar's still going to get some decent points in this race, and that will be massive come the end of the season. And Deadly is going to win this race with that time penalty of Cars. So the Dutchman in the Haas is going to cross the line first. It is still going to be a double Haas podium, but Deadly is going to do it again. Deadly wins here in Australia. B-Right is on the podium, takes P3 and gets a double Haas podium. Pulse Luxury and Jeffy, this is for P9 and P10. Pulse Luxury with an incredible recovery drive. That is just determination and will at its finest from Pulse Luxury. Jack did get P6, Edward will get P8. Pulse Luxury is going to come through to take P9. Gravangan P11, Santiago in P12. A good debut from Santiago, well done mate, really class racing. River Rocks, Julius will finish in P14. Alpine should have took Julius. XD Storms comes through in P15. A double points finish from Cadillac. Deadly is your race winner. There you have it on the top steps. If you want to get a screenshot, I'll remove that. There you go. Look at that on the top steps with the F7R logos everywhere. A really good race. So let's go through. So I just need to put this in. So it is Deadly that wins with the fastest lap. Cars in P2, B-Right in P3. Then Sam Wars, Soul of the Year to Jack Happy Champ, CJ. Then Edward with a great drive into P8. Pulse Luxury, Jeffy Boy, Gravangan, River Rocks. And then in P13 was Santiago. And then Julius. And then XD Storms. Then you had the McLaren of Height. Well done Height, by the way. A tier 3 driver finishing the race. Then DK Cohen and Bramble. And then you had Rocco, Liber, Sam the Man Tolu and Jabba. Driver of the day will be... It could be Deadly. It could be Cars. It could be B-Right. It could be Edward. It could well be Edward, actually. It could be Pulse Luxury just because of what he's done in that race. Genuinely. I'm unsure just yet. But, yeah, well done, Edward. A great drive, mate. Oh, what's happened? Oh, my game's shut down. Why does it keep doing that? Why does the game keep shutting down like that? It did it last week as well. Anyway, I wanted to do interviews.